The Bizzy Bee guides that you probably saw yesterday and this morning are probably already out of date. That's because overnight Jandel and his team quietly were pushing massive patch changes to update and change the way that this game is playing. So honeycoin payouts have changed, plants have been rebalanced, the bee gardens changed, egg systems got patched, and honestly, the best strategy now is probably not what most people were telling you. So after spending hours testing the updated version of Bizzy Bee, I think I've found the real early meta. And trust me, if you want honeycoins fast, you need to know this before everyone else and Jandel and the team catches on. So first, let's talk about what matters. Originally, a lot of players thought the Bizzy Bee update was just plant seeds, get honey, open eggs. But actually playing it, this update is basically a completely different gameplay loop for Grow Garden. Now you have honey seeds, bee eggs, compressors, incubators, hive systems, bee garden mechanics, honeycomb farming, pollination systems, and even hobby event that's still to come. And that is right before launch, why Jandel probably delayed this, because there was so much to do. So for me, what I would say so far is the shop tabs are cleaner, bee garden makes more sense now, and the honeycomb payouts actually do feel more balanced. But more importantly, there's now a clear strategy that's emerging for people how to grow fast. So the biggest mistake people are making right now. Everyone sees expensive honey plants and immediately thinks highest rarity, best coins. But after testing, that's not actually the fastest method early on, because the real key right now is multi-harvest and fast growth. That combo is absolutely insane. Why? Because honey coins are all about efficiency. You don't just want one massive harvest every hour, you want constant harvesting, constant pollination, constant honey production and constant bee interaction. The faster your farm cycles, the faster your honey coins stack. And that's why quick growing multi-harvest plants are currently dominating the early game. So what should you be actually planting? Well, focus on quick grow plants, repeat harvest plants, low downtime farming, because every second your garden sits idle, you're losing honey coin potential. You should just be constantly planting, letting pollination, harvesting, taking them to Benjamin, off again, compressors, making sure that you're upgrading your levels as well as quickly as you can. Get the biggest compressor, get the biggest bee speeds, get the biggest harvest, get the biggest speeds as well. Everything, try and build it up as quickly as you can. But meanwhile, players are reporting repeat harvests and farming correctly and now not creating the non-stop production line. A lot of people are planting massive single harvest crops and waiting forever because they're expensive. They think they're going to get that extra boost, but it turns out it's actually just not worth the wait. You're better off just going for those low value. So we've talked about it on here. Honey dew is probably a really good one. Even just your basic carrots, tomatoes, blueberries, etc. are going really well at this moment in time because they just pollinate in seconds, especially when you've got plenty of bees in your garden as well. So distance is becoming noticeable, especially once your garden gets fully active. Now obviously again it may change and evolve over the next few days, but right now fast cycle farming is incredibly strong. Now let's talk about the actual bees, because this is the part of the update that genuinely changes how it works. So before Bizzy Bees, gardens just sat there. Your entire garden now feels alive. Bees flying everywhere, eggs hatching, hive management, pollination mechanics, honey farming. Grower Gardens completely turned into a different game overnight, and this might be one of the smartest updates Jandel has done, because instead of just new seed, bigger number, we now have actual progressions, gameplay loops, strategy as well, and this is the direction Grower Garden is heading in, a very good sign for the future. Now, one thing people said to you before that actually was going to work and doesn't work anymore: pets. Now, there was a way that you could utilise the pet system at the moment in time to actually help with your garden, but that has been fixed. It says where some pets could be used in the bee garden. Well, they can't anymore. In your normal garden still, of course, but in the bee garden, no. That has actually now been stopped. So some of the things that they've fixed as well. So you can actually now place your hive and premium eggs in your bee garden. Also, you're able to place your hive crates in your bee garden as well. So that's even better, isn't it? So The honey event shop, it allows you to switch between the honey seeds shop and the honey event shop easier. So that's going to be so much quicker as well, having to go instead of going across the map from one side to the other. There's been a rebalance on the honey event plant shops as well. So obviously that's all been updated. There's also some training rewards that just weren't being granted. They're now done. The Jandel Storm and Disco weather system are now working correctly as well. And then there's been some other little changes as well and fixes. Now, one thing that looks like it has changed that I was advising you on yesterday, sprinklers. Now, you were able to manipulate this by getting other players to be in their normal gardens, bring their sprinklers with them, and they were able to plant them in your bee garden. And that was helping obviously with growth and size, so that you were able just to harvest one plant, take it to the compressor and get your honey coins. So then obviously you weren't wasting as many plants, and you weren't needing as many plants in your garden as well, which means that you could keep your coins and start using it to buy other things as well, like other bee eggs, so you could prepare yourself. That looks like now on new servers it has been patched and fixed. Old servers, if you're still there and still AFK, and it still seems to be working, so just check that one out, because if it is still there, use it, because it will help you in the long run. So originally people could open eggs ridiculously quick as well, so now that's been fixed. The pacing is much better. Now opening the bee events, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer. The bee garden itself has become one of the coolest areas, and it looks fantastic. So especially once your hive starts filling out, you generally start feeling that progression, your garden starts to come alive. So now I do want to say this. The meta is probably going to evolve a lot over the next week or two. Jandel's already confirmed plants got rebalanced, and if players discover something else that's completely broken, trust me, more fixes will happen. Because right now, the one thing that breaks this game every single time is the economy, and when that gets out of hand, it just spoils it for everyone. So at the moment in time, the final perfect method, it's not there. But what's working best is after the latest fixes, it feels more exciting, more engaging, more experimental, more testing setups, trying different plants, optimizing bee layouts, finding hidden strategies. Let me know in the comments. I don't know it all yet. Even Jandel and the team don't know it all yet, hence why they need to make fixes. So if you find a method that's working for you, stick it in the chat. Join my Discord channel as well. There's loads of us in there at the moment in time, speculating, trying lots of different things. Come and find some hits and tips in there as well. I'll put the link in the comments at the bottom. So overall, I honestly think the delaying the update was correct, because we've got way more polished system, haven't we, at the moment in time, than the leaks we saw earlier on. This really is a new era that Jandel talked about. Grower Garden could be heading into its best period yet, especially if future updates built on systems like progression, bees, farming loops, active gameplay, strategy mechanics, because for the first time, Grower Garden actually feels fresh again. But now I want you to know your thoughts. What's your best honeycomb method so far? And if you found any secret Bizzy Bee strategies, let me know below. Bye! Teleportation!